Hello everybody. In previous lecture we discussed introduction of white blood cell. So in this lecture we have to discuss types of white blood cells. In previous lecture we also discussed there are two types of white blood cell. First is granulocytes and the second is agranulocytes. So first of all we have to discuss granulocytes. So in the cytoplasm of this cell granule presence, that's why we say that granulocytes. So there are three types of the cell. First the neutrophils, second is eosinophils, and the third is basophils. So first of all, we will talk about neutrophil. Students, the diameter of this cell is 10 to 12 micro. Diameter of this cell is 10 to 12 micro. And in the cytoplasm of this cell, small size granule present, like this. Small size granule present in the cytoplasm of this cell. And there is multi-lobe nucleus. Multi-lobe nucleus present. Nucleus depend upon age. In younger cell, there is no lobe present, but in adult, multi-lobe nucleus present. Friends, if we talk about value of neutrophils, so the value of neutrophil is 3000 to 6000 per cubic millimeter. And if we talk about percentage, so these are the 50 to 70% of the leukocytes in the blood. 50 to 70% of the leukocyte in the blood. Hence, the lifespan of this cell is 2 to 5 days. 2 to 5 days is the lifespan of neutrophils. So we discuss there is small size granule presence and diameter of this cell is 10 to 12 micro. 3000 to 6000 per cubic millimeters is the value of neutrophils in the blood, and these are the 50 to 70% of the leukocytes, and lifespan of this cell is 2 to 5 days. So after that is eosinophils. Hence, these are little bit larger than neutrophils. The diameter of this cell is larger than neutrophils, and there are large size granule presence. In this neutrophils we discussed, there are small size granule, plus in eosinophils large size granule presence. And there is bilobe nucleus. Bilobe means two lobe nucleus present in the eosinophils. And students, the diameter of this cell is 10 to 14 micro. 10 to 14 micro is the diameter of eosinophils. The diameter of neutrophil is 10 to 12, but eosinophils the diameter is 10 to 14 micro. And the value of this cell is 150 to 450 per cubic millimeters. And if we talk about percentage, the percentage of this cell is 1 to 4% of the leukocytes. These are the 1 to 4% of the leukocytes. And the lifespan of this cell, is 7 to 12 days. 7 to 12 days is the lifespan of these cells. And on the third number is basophils. These are smaller than both eosinophils and neutrophils, and there are also large size granule present. So the diameter of this cell is 8 to 10 micro, and there is also bilobe nucleus present. bilobe nucleus present, and the value of this cell is 1 to 100 per cubic millimeter. After that, lifespan is 12 to 15 days. So we discuss, students, the diameter of neutrophil is 10 to 12 micro, small size granule presence. There is a multi-lobe nucleus, but in younger cell, no lobe present. In adult, multi-lobe nucleus present. Value of this cell is 3000 to 6000 per cubic millimeter in the blood. So these are the 50 to 70% of the leukocytes, and lifespan of this cell is 2 to 5 days. In eosinophils, these are the value of this cell is 150 to 450 per cubic millimeters. These are 1 to 4% of the leukocytes. Lifespan is 7 to 12 days. Diameter is 10 to 14 micro. And in basophil, we discuss this. Basophil is smaller than both eosinophils and neutrophils. The diameter of this cell is 8 to 10 micro. Lifespan is 12 to 15 days. These are the the value of this cell is 1 to 100 cubic per millimeter per cubic millimeter. And on the last, these are the 0 to 1% of the leukocytes. These are the 0 to 1% of the leukocytes. So after that is agranulocytes.